Start the recording.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So we wanted to spend more time with our work and
We're
project.
going to sit near each other.
Yeah.
If you insist.
I feel like this school teacher who's
No,
organizing the kids.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. If you are beginning, why don't you just continue? You know the context. You also
Yeah.
know the context.
Yeah. You want to give some introduction?
Not really, except to say that the focus, I don't want us to lose the focus, which is that it's largely about the stories and the narratives of the people, their perspectives, which have to come out. They can have their anecdotes, they can have their stories, they can have their experiences in making, thinking, designing, living, maintaining, visiting the space. So the hero is the space, this house and the space. Now
So
all
the
of us-
number of things you are telling will not finish in one session.
you
There are
s-
so
you
many.
start, no, which is
There
why
are
I
so
told her
many.
this is version 1. You
Yeah.
start. That's why I was even, by the way, we spoke to Manoj yesterday. We had our
Okay.
first dialogue.
Okay.
So even the kind of things that he was like saying, which is that how it's, I loved what he said.
Yeah.
Though maybe I'm biasing the situation, but it doesn't matter. That it's not just a container, but it's an exalted space. I was like, how is this an exalted space? But essentially, it confirms to me. What it confirmed to me was that which I had already wanted it to be, which is that it is about the space. Of course, the physical dimensions of the space is one aspect. The using it, the living in it, the feeling with it, when you pass through it. So, for example, we decided that we would also speak to some people later who pass through this space and go. They come for a day and then they end up saying, I'm going to stay for 4 days, much to our regret, chagrin, because damn it, I have to play host for 4 days. But then all that is part of the bringing this alive. So, that's the focus. In that, incidentally, we will of course add visuals, maybe illustrations permitting, time permitting, but that's second version. But it's time permitting. But it's this story which has to come out and which has to get written. It need to, so that's why she's recording also, because it's a part of the transcription. Maybe even some of these things that I'm saying might come out into
Yeah,
the first forward
definitely.
or something, So it all just gets put in. And hence, so that's the focus, that's all. You'll continue. I mean, I am sure a part of me will not be able to prevent myself from listening, but not consciously.
You are most welcome to listen to the whole thing.
Yeah. So if only with that, if something as a question comes up, I may note it down, which then either at an opportune time I may pose back. That's the reason I may.
Sure.
Then I'll continue with it. Got a lot of mechanical things to do.
Sure.
Just 1 second. I'll just pick up a pen.
And you feel free. She can have. I was actually telling her that with you and me, like even with Manoj, I was saying yesterday, that maybe there are 3 to 4 conversations that Neil and Sukriti ought to do for if we are talking about these. We're also looking at some which I wanted, which is that where it doesn't become just a design idea anymore. So, for example, let's say we use these bricks, or we will light up this so that the sun flows through in this glass and you can see your Haldi bottle. We remember we used to talk about things like that. That's just an idea. But so thousands of ideas. Of course, the ideas should come out if they come out naturally. But then from that idea to moving it into acting on it, into using it, that cycle would be very interesting. The book. So, which again, I was very happy with the conversation. Because then so I didn't even say any of this to, by the way, you told me, call me Manoj. So I was saying someday will probably become Manoj sir, but it's all right. No? So he was like saying the process is also what would be useful for my students. So I told him, I'll keep that in mind, and if it comes through naturally, we'll bring it. But that means Neil and Sukriti have to get involved a lot more. Because it's from, whether I post an idea or you post an idea, from that idea to moving it to the actual one, you guys will have to contribute a lot more, because I wouldn't even know what, for example, it took to make that happen. I'm only commenting at the start and at the end almost. But the in between, which might be of use to a lot more of the people in your fraternity and Manoj's fraternity, is something that you all will have to contribute a lot more. So feel free to offer as many dialogues as you can, because even as we finish this first version, all the inputs are going to get gathered anyway, and it can be taken to, maybe it's 4 other avatars out of this first avatar emerges, and quite happy to put in the effort for that. Bye.
Yeah.